The final set of the day between the Skyborne Rangers and Glowwater Thralls. First of potentially 2 games, this best of 3 set. First off, for the Skyborne Rangers, we have Golden Falcon, Gatling Heavy Carronade on the left, Gatling Hwacha on the right of this Red Shrike. Their ally is the Sunder, Stormbreaker, Gatling Hwacha, Banshee, and Light Flak. Their opponents, the Glowwater Thralls, we have the Wretched Egg, Hwacha, Gatling, Light Carronade Goldfish, and finally their ally, the Greasy Dream 3, Gatling Hwacha, Light Flak, and Banshee. For the Blue Stormbreaker, and already blue team moving to the eastern side of Res spawn. Spots going down them for both teams, so no surprises here in the center of Fernfeld. And we have a pause going down. Apparently the Strike Captain is AFK. So blue team, both teams, Skyborne Rangers and Glowwater Thralls, bringing pretty similar builds. We've been seeing in the past matches today a lot of very high mobility team compositions, very disable heavy, a lot of Hwachas. Now, the one main difference between these two teams is you see Glowwater Thralls opting to bring a Goldfish instead of the Shrike of the Skyborne Ranger. Now, the ship does still have access to a Hwacha on the front, and this might be just due to pilot familiarity. Guns of Icarus, we haven't been seeing a lot of Shrike play from him, but in the past we have seen him play the Hwacha fish as well as a heavy carronade fish over the past few years. So the choice of the Goldfish, if not due strictly to pilot familiarity, one advantage the Goldfish does have, even though it's a little bit slower than a Shrike, doesn't have quite as fast close range acceleration. Because the Hwacha is positioned on the front, it can the Goldfish can get a little bit of an earlier weapon disable. It has its arcs a little bit sooner than some of these broadside ships, like the Shrike, which has to turn to be able to utilize its heavy weapons, or rely on gunner stamina for the bonus arcs. Goldfish does not have to do that. But the choice of Goldfish, you do give up a little bit of close range mobility. You do have a little bit of a larger hitbox as well. It's a bit easier to heat, and of course you lose the option of the heavy carronade on the opposite side. One might think that any ships with any ship that only has one gun on a side, why would you even bring that? We have the Shrike, we have the Stormbreaker, we even have the Crusader now. If you have less than 3 guns on the broadside of their ship, what's even the point? How can you even compete? But here we go. Pause is called off. Blue team now once again moving forward. Spots going down immediately for red team, blue team as well. And we're going to have a good old-fashioned brawl here, as these teams just charging straight towards each other. Wretched Egg leading the pack. They're going to have arcs first. Golden Falcon lying in wait. And again, no surprises here. Every ship in the game is spotted. So Golden Falcon moving in, dodging that Hwacha shot. Greasy Dream getting the better of the Sunder. Huge damage from the Greasy Dream 3, and they definitively won that fight against the Red Stormbreaker. Now Golden Falcon has to try to disengage. We'll see how much of this connects onto the engines. Not a whole lot. One engine taking a little bit of damage, but it seems like Golden Falcon's probably going to be able to escape. Again, I mentioned Greasy Dream. The Stormbreaker did lose a little bit of forward acceleration and charging speed in the latest patch. There's certainly no way that Blue's going to be able to catch up to this Red Shrike, and they do disengage, make it back to their spawn on the south side of the map. Be back up with the Sunder. Now, Storm Thunder's not spotted. One would hope blue team expects to spawn, but they're not in position. Now, there's Spot finally going down, Storm Thunder, but they're going to get the first volley onto the Greasy Dream 3. Greasy Dream moving down, a lot of the Watcher going into the balloon, so Blue Stormbreaker not taking any damage in the initiation of the fight, moving in, focusing onto the Golden Falcon, and now disengaging, rising up. Seems like we might be seeing a dual focus from the Glowwater Thralls onto Storm Thunder. And Storm Thunder is in a little bit of a bad situation. It seemed like trying to dodge down, but Greasy Dream holding them in place, and a lot of damage coming in from blue team. Golden Falcon not in that fight whatsoever. And once again, situation is Red Stormbreaker dies. Red Strike has to leave. And you would think also at the start of that fight, Storm Thunder was unspotted. So the expectation was that they would get the first volley. But Greasy Dream did a good job dodging it. All that Watcha went into the balloon, and then Glowwater Thralls just kind of steamrolled it from there. Now, Storm Thunder has spawned in center map, and seems like Red Team's going to continue to migrate northward, wanting to fully disengage before they take the next fight. Maybe give their ally Stormbreaker a little bit of time. I'm going to check here, get some repair. What's that component called? The repair over time component. Failsafe kit. Get some of those applied before they go full force into the next fight. And now Greasy Dream, once again, these great micro movements from the Blue Stormbreaker. They know the Watch is coming out. They shift their momentum downward so that most of the Watch goes into the balloon. And then it's a 14-second reload. And now Falcon once again separated vertically from their ally. This low positioning they've been using in the previous games is just not working. They're leaving their ally for dead. Just like it. Glowwater Thralls aren't even. It seems like they aren't even trying, to be honest. They're winning these fights handily. And we see a Watcha Barrage coming out, taking down several of the guns of the Greasy Dream. But here's Wretched Egg with a Watcha of their own. All the engines on the Golden Falcon are disabled. Balloon is down as well. Another Watcha hitting unprotected hull. And that's a 4th point for the Glowwater Thralls, just dominating these fights. Now, the options for Red Team. Red could try to go for center map spawn yet again, get a fast start to the next fight, maybe see if they can catch the Glowwater Thralls unaware. They could also go for there's some good far spawns as well if they just want time to gather themselves, which it seems like that's what the Skyborne Rangers are going to elect, taking the farthest possible spawn in the southeast side of the map. And already, Glowwater Thralls moving southward. Bot's going to be going down in just a moment. Golden Falcon taking this forward position that they've been doing as the Storm Thunder comes over the mountain. At the start, looks like Greasy Dream 3 is going to be going for the Storm Thunder. Try to keep the enemy Stormbreaker at bay. While the Golden Falcon, again, they have this low position. I don't know what they're waiting for. I think they're trying to stay below the Wretched Egg's Watcha, but in doing so, they're unable to provide the support to their ally that they need. Finally, heavy carnage shot going into the Wretched Egg. Balloon is down, but they're still in position. They might be able to connect with this ram, or if they're just barely Storm Thunder able to sneak out of the way. As the balloon on the Wretched Egg is rebuilt. A little bit vulnerable here. Here's an opportunity for the Golden Falcon, or for, I was going to say for Storm Thunder to get a kill. As I switch to the Golden Falcon. Stuck in a repair cycle. Here's a good opportunity for red team to put their first point on the board. Wretched Egg, Hwacha is down, armor is down, big explosive damage coming in. Stromsunder could definitely win this 1v1 engagement. They have the superior DPS as long as they keep the Hwacha disabled, but here comes Greasy Dream. Disengaging from the Golden Falcon, moving in towards the Stromsunder. Armor's down, big explosive damage onto the Red Stormbreaker, and Stromsunder does die. 5-0 shutout from the Glowwater Thralls, which means we'll be moving into a second game. Alright, here we go into our final game of the day. First off for the Glowwater Thralls, we have Greasy Dream 3 already engaging onto the Reborn. It is a Stormbreaker with Gatling, Hwacha, Light Flak, and Banshee. Their ally is the Wretched Egg, Hwacha Carronade with, Hwacha Goldfish with Light Carronade left side, right side Gatling. Their opponents, Skyborne Rangers, have Hwacha Fish of their own, the Dragon's Rage with Light Carronades on both sides. And then the Reborn, Gatling, dual Artemis, dual Banshees on the outer wings. Reborn already taking a large amount of damage before I even loaded into the game. Sorry about the late start, but there was a capture issue that I had to fix really quickly. And Reborn's dead. Now, Wretched Egg, their balloon is pretty low, so it's certainly possible Dragon's Rage gets a ram kill here. No, it seems like Wretched Egg. But, well, I don't know. Wretched Egg, okay, yeah, Wretched Egg's safe. They finally, Greasy Dream's back in. Dragon's Rage down to about 10%, 15% perma hull. Red Goldfish almost dying there to the terrain. And this fight is taking place in Blue's spawn. I suspect that, yeah, Dragon's Rage does go down. Second point for the Glowwater Thralls. I suspect Blue Team probably going to go for a southern protected spawn. Would be my guess. And I definitely like to see Glowwater Thralls start to move in that direction to try to cover it a little bit more effectively. And now, it's certainly possible that if the Skyborne Rangers are feeling a little feisty, they could go for a north spawn behind the Glowwater Thralls, or even a split spawn, but it looks like they are taking the safe option, and already spot going down on the Dragon's Rage. Fin of the Goldfish visible through the clouds. Here comes Red Team. Reborn is spotted as well. No secrets from Blue. From Blue. Here in their spawn. Greasy Dream 3 taking a high Overwatch position, trying to maintain visibility of their opponents. A little bit of Gatling fire coming out from the Reborn. Artemis shots. Light Flak goes down on the Red Stormbreaker. Wretched Egg currently staying hidden, waiting for the opportunity to strike. They know the Reborn does have access to the dual Artemis, the only long-range disable between the ships in this game, so they definitely, if they possibly can, want to take a protected approach so that they don't lose, the Goldfish does not lose their front Hwacha before the fight even begins. That is one of the liabilities of the Goldfish that both these teams are bringing, as they heavily rely on a single front-heavy weapon, and now Dragon's Rage, the least patient of the two, moving into Red's encampment, taking the Hwacha barrage, and now Reborn moving in, Gatling pushing the Wretched Egg away. Reborn's not going to really have any good angles here for quite a few seconds, not going to be able to support their allies. The Greasy Dream does 50% perma hold to the Dragon's Rage, and ships being split up, diced up. Wretched Egg keeping the Reborn at bay. Greasy Dream 3, now their job going to be trying to keep the Hwacha on the Dragon's Rage suppressed. As you see it now, just getting rebuilt. And no, Greasy Dream now, it seems like they might be leaving the Dragon's Rage, try to go for a dual focus in the Reborn. No, changing their mind, backing up, going back for the Dragon's Rage. Another disable on the Dragon's Rage front gun. Armor is down, explosive, hitting exposed hull, another 25% damage, but a fast armor rebuild from the crew of the Blue Goldfish. I don't know if it's going to be enough. They're trying to moonshine away, and finally Greasy Dream 3 picks up the kill on the third armor break. And Wretched Egg, honestly, south side of the map, Wretched Egg's doing fine, and Reborn needs to be careful with their positioning. They definitely do not want to get smashed into the terrain by this Goldfish. Goldfish, not a ship that's able to get fast kills, but if a slight positioning mistake, with the assistance of a big rock, that's really the only way, only thing they need to be worried about. And then, of course, the Greasy Dream 3 coming in for the dual focus. Oh, dirty Hwacha coming out from the Wretched Egg. Blue team just unable to keep it together. Skyborne Rangers against the Glowwater Thralls. And now red team has the south spawn locked up. 4 points on the board. This is going to be an extremely difficult comeback. As we go, this is only 5 minutes have passed in this game so far. Just really, just oppressive gameplay. Oh, here we go. We got some spawn games going on. Red team finally moved out of the southern spawn, so blue team decided to take it. And now they're behind the Glowwater Thralls. Spot's already down to Dragon's Rage, so they will only get a few seconds of surprise here. And I don't know if blue team knows what the Greasy Dream is. They're above the passageway, ready to drop down on whichever unwary opponent passes through. Blue team, aware that something is amiss, backs up a bit. Gatling coming out, hitting the Greasy Dream 3, knocking down the armor a bit. Currently, red team maintaining the advantage of verticality. And we see some light carronade shots coming out. Wretched Egg's balloon is down. Next volley might be able to take down the Red Goldfish's balloon, and that would be a great opportunity for the Skyborne Rangers to strike. But Wretched Egg, knowing that's a possibility, backs out, gets a couple mallet hits into the balloon. And now rejoining the fight. Seems like Wretched Egg's going to be going for the Reborn, while the Dragon's Rage goes for the Greasy Dream. And Dragon's Rage may be a little bit too far back, as now Greasy Dream moving on to the Reborn. Second to a lot of that Hwacha from the Wretched Egg missing while he was trying to execute that turn. Dragon's Rage rising up. This is not a good day for Hwacha, apparently. And again, Dragon's Rage they need to be careful on their positioning, because the Mobula is the slowest ship in this game. Big damage coming out onto exposed hull, 50% gone in a flash. Because Mobula is going to have the hardest time repositioning out of all these ships, Dragon's Rage needs to be sure they're always in a position to support them. Whereas red team, Goldfish, Stormbreaker pairing, either one of them can move to support they support each other. Whereas for blue, the Goldfish is going to be supporting the Mobula. So Dragon's Rage has to keep that in mind, especially if they want to put 5 points on the board. And there's the first. Stormbreaker down. Wretched Egg still engaged on the Reborn. Reborn, this is very crucial. They need to stay alive. And I think they're going to be able to, as Wretched Egg now pops the hydrogen, starts to disengage. They're going to reverse out over the southern mountain range. And I don't... Oh, no. Are they... Oh... hit the terrain as well. I don't know if they're going to be able to escape here, actually. Ships here in Guns of Icarus, they do move a little bit slower in reverse than they do forward, so chances are Dragon's Rage will be able to catch up. Now, the question, though, is if the Greasy Dream... They have a full map charge from their spawn. It's possible the Wretched Egg, even if they don't fully disengage, there's no possibility, they're not going to be able to disengage from this fight, but they might be able to stay alive long enough for the Greasy Dream to come back in, assuming that the Glowwater Thralls want to continue the fight, which it seems like they do. Wretched Egg leading Skyborne Rangers to red side of the map. Greasy Dream is ready here to pounce. Seems like they might be going for the Reborn, knowing that the Mobula is at least in second stage of damage. Yep, here comes the Gatling gun. Here comes the Hwacha. Multiple guns are down. Armor almost down here. Just mallet hit coming in, keeping the armor of the Reborn up. But there's a Wretched Egg. I think that's going to be enough. Quancha taking out the Mobula, and that's going to be another game for Glowwater Thralls. That's going to be the tournament for the Glowwater Thralls. SCS 196. Congratulations. You guys did it.